Hey, how you doing, Pisces? Welcome back to the channel. Let's see what's going on with your region. So what's going on with Pisces? Pisces, don't forget to check out the star signs in your birth chart just to see which one resonates with you. So let's get into this. Pisces. No one's coming forward yet, it says. And Pisces knows why. The energies around you, Pisces, seem to be a bit strange. No one's coming forward until next year is what you would want to say to these people that are bothering you. But it says no one's really coming in right now to speak to you about things that you wouldn't mind participating in, like love life, money, clothes, even if you wanted to go shopping with someone, maybe even seeing if you could go out for a meal or, you know, some drinks, food. But it says not really anyone's coming around yet. So do you want to pay attention to bills or things that you want to achieve this year? Because it says you will do that, but only when you're ready to come out of hiding, because you could be hibernating right now. You could have been ghosting someone as well, playing a mind to theirs to play a role in your head, like wanting them to believe that you're no longer available, trying to let them know this by persuading them in their mindset. Maybe even seeing if it's going to work out in your favor. However, you may not like them at all, or you do, but you just don't want to be around them no more. Maybe some of you guys are witnessing things around this situation, or maybe even paying attention to things that you never thought could happen. And it says nothing really seems to amaze you more than the situation, but it says you will see the situation for what it is one day. No one sees a way out of the problem more than you do. However, it says you've got to leave a person or a problem alone, and no one really sees it more than you. And justifications for Aquarius, who see a problem that they constantly face year after year. They don't know how to leave home in their own mind or leave a home around a situation that they would like to deal with. It's like there could be a parent that's going through homeschooling. That's a scenario on its own, that doesn't want to leave the situation, but also realize that this could be an option for them to do so. But it doesn't say it's going to happen. And it says it might happen in the next year, but not this year. So you could be waiting to see if this person's going to channel your energy to find out if they have to leave home or not, or maybe even see if they're going to leave home. But then you might not want to see if they do go back to school or maybe go into a college or institution. So like you're in two minds whether or not you even care. And it says the problem is with you is that you don't really want the person to have good luck. For some of you, which is bad omen. It says it's not very good for you to wish that on a child, especially, or if the person is disabled or handicapped, because some of you are going through bad moods that are going to punish someone. And it could help you really, really witness things in your mind in relation to other things that could harm you too. Okay, but you have to be careful about what's going on around you, because there is heavy duty Michelin energy there. Like, it's almost like someone is big in the game and they know what they're doing. They know that they should be proudly communicating with you about these things, but they also know that they can't, because they're very, very bad mood about what things could come out and aspire around you. And it doesn't say that good news is there with you and Aquarius about these things either, because someone is doing witchcraft for some of you. And some of you are going through bad assertions of problems that are ongoing. Things that just keep repeating, like ongoing, like on a hamster wheel, you know, like bad algorithm. And it says you've got really, really good news in things that you want to achieve. But it says achieving, because even if it's a word or not, there is angels that reckon they've got to manipulate situations at times. And it says this word is not even going to be your fault if it's not really dictionaried, because the truth is, it's like I'm trying to turn something around to achieve it, but it's exceeding the situation. It's not even deceiving. It's not even conceiving, you know. It's not all of the above, basically, in words that you could think, all right, what does that mean? What the hell does that mean? You know, it's not even a surname. It's a seeding. And it says only you would understand around it what's going on, because someone's trying to manipulate a situation out of a problem. It's not quite there yet. So they could be channeling energies to get their mind off of you and out of a problem, but it's not working out in their favor. And they will punish you as well as people around you for this problem. Like Scorpio's energy doesn't want to punish you, but they're getting punished for people's energy too. Like even mental people that they have to deal with on a 24/7 basis, like around them, that they don't even like talking about, they get those problems. So it's like you wishing that on someone, it's unnecessary, you know. And it says, Pisces, you have been pulling on their energy to get bad mood, and you need to stop it. And it says this person's going through way more than you could even imagine. Like the things you're going through on a daily basis, it's normal to a person that can't cope. Like if you've got a disabled son, or if you've got children that are too much for you to handle and you're tired, or if you've got a lover that doesn't care about you and you've got other things going on that are just overwhelming, you might even have a bit of stress and depression at times, but you can tear yourself out of the problem somehow. Give yourself a little relief. If you organize yourself a bit better, maybe time a situation to get some help, maybe from friends, family members, people that you could rely on. Take the narcissistic man to court and get justice for something that you said you needed to do. You know, just kind of sort things out in that way. You'd be seeing great news. But for some people around your mindset that you don't like, these people can't get out of problems easy. They can't go to court about it. They can't go to the police about it. They can't go to social services about it. They have to think about why they want to die, or why they feel like people are trying to target them for death. Maybe even the witchcraft that is going on around you is because it's happening to them. You could even be targeted in your mindset to harm these individuals, or an individual around you that's going through it, by jinns, by spirits, by, you know, God sent demon angels down to the earth to punish you. Ideally, it could be Satan that's doing that, but it says, you know, the enemy is trying to pretend at times to be God. So do you know what's going on really with this friend that you thought you could have blessings with once upon a time? Because now you have curses in your head for her, maybe even a him. It says, don't push your luck, Pisces, with these people. They're going through a lot of troubles, you know. Even with a narcissistic man that knows he's got a family member up his mind to give a child to, in a way that he shouldn't, because he's not even a good man. And he's supposed to be a father to that person, maybe even a stepfather. And it says he's nasty, he's mad, and he's evil. And he may even pray for people to warn themselves to die out of their minds about things like giving you good news. Hence why there could be someone that's giving you good news today and you wouldn't want to listen, Pisces. But it says this man says he knows why he wouldn't mind you not listening, because you'd have too much good news with the mindset of the person that wants to see you have great news. And this person doesn't like it. They're jealous, they're mean, they're nasty, they're negative, and they want to see you win over the person, but you wouldn't win over them. You would just win with them. And it says, no wonder you want war, because even you said it yourself. Why would I want to win over this person when this person is so good to me? Like, they're clean, and heart is pure like gold. It's loving, it's caring, it's clean, and it's not even a bad spirit. It may need time off sometimes to recuperate, generate good love in itself, to see good things for itself, you know, he or she, ideally. But it says this person doesn't deserve to be maliced either. Like, you could cause them to have malice with you because you've seen yourself bring people down in a way that you give them ideas to have malice with you. Now, that's problematic. And it doesn't really need to be problematic either. Okay? But it says only you would understand that people do need to have time in their mind about things that they wouldn't want to understand. But you get it though, Pisces, because you see, when people do have malice with you, you warn yourself not to go into hiding, not to smoke, not to drink, or some of you do, but you might not do it as often, or you feel like you're in control of your mind when you do, because you need to practice a faith inside yourself as good as gold, or you need to practice some cause for concern energy that's here right now but good when it's good, which is cornucopia energy, like you're blessing yourself, you're giving yourself thanksgiving, giving yourself good news. And it doesn't say any bad news is there with that unless someone's trying to manipulate it. But every time you understand something, you make friends around it, or you make peace around the situation. So you don't want to hear that you got problems, but there's malice right now with a person that doesn't mind seeing you harmed or even hurt, or wants to know people around you are hurt. However, it says don't feed into these narcissistic minds of theirs, because they want you to feel like there's liars around you giving you good news, when really they're giving you innocent, mature attitudes to play yourself at times, because sometimes you're stubborn as a Pisces. Like, you don't like people telling you what to do, or you don't like listening to information that's good for you. However, it says sometimes you will have to hear it and still choose to have good news with it, against the enemies that don't want you to have good news at all. So leaving your mind to wonder, do you need help? Maybe. You might just need help with a friend right now, or even a family member. You might even need help with your own self, like I'm hearing a stove, like you're cooking up something. Like you could be cooking up a storm in your house, and you might need help with that, because you've needed like extra hands to help you with certain things, or you may need to cook multiple dishes. Sometimes you just need help brainwashing a situation, looking into it and giving plenty of time to read into it, kind of draw between the lines of the information, what it is that's missing. And then you realize, hold on a minute, I've given too much away. I need space. Because sometimes you might even gossip too much. You might even need to gossip sometimes, but not the way you have. So you're trying to warn yourself to move on, postnatal energy, past the problem. Because it's like you've already given birth to the problem for some of you guys. You've already given out the problem. But now you're like, well, how do I dissolve the problem? How do I get rid of it? But you shouldn't have started it in the first place. That's number one. Number two, how do you get rid of it? Because now you've caused it. You go around apologizing, you make amends, you study how to revoke yourself from the situation, or even the situation from the problem, finding a resolution and solution around the issues, causing cause for concealed energy around it, maybe even trying to turn things around with blessing and energy as well. Like, I'm sorry, but I had to do it in a way that it was going to be a reason because, i.e., and it says, no, you all seem to do it in a way that is going to be very, very mad at, whoever or a person, but you're challenging the wrong people in that way. And you shouldn't really do that, because everybody has the chance to win in war. And the war doesn't want you to speak about it, really, other than, okay, you go ahead and deal with the issue. I'm not speaking about it, but I'll let you have the war if you want it. Nope, it says, Pisces, you chose to have bad news. So when you want to see good news in your mindset about things, then you realize, I'm going to have good news in my mind about it. I won't want to hear that I've got bad news about it. So I pray to God that God gives me good news all the time. And it says, all this time you didn't realize it, but you've got good news, Pisces. Because whenever you didn't know you had good news, you were struggling. So now it says people are going to punish their minds on why they need to come and see you in a day or two. Maybe even the problem is that police have been called again on you as a nuisance neighbour, or a nuisance person, or just a nuisance overall. But it says no one's picking on you more than the idea of a practiced witch. So if she's starting again with her BS or even lies, where is the evidence to solve the problem? Because someone here is trying to get dirt on your name for things that they shouldn't be doing. But it also says you've got to realise why. Because this person's not going to stoop lower than you and deal with the situation more than they have. Because you've probably troubled them way too much. And if they ever see the problem, there's no one that's going to help them. So every day they have to solve a problem to see it work in their favor, and then it backfires. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. Scorpio sees this and you see it, and Pisces energy is very strong right now compared to the Scorpio's energy in seeing things. But it says you all will see things very, very clearly. Ideally, it's going to work out like this because of the mindset of yours thinking about things. Maybe even telling yourself that it's going to work out. It just might work out, in fact. But you have to work on it very, very, very well. So, trying to do that is another situation for you. You've got to go down into another way of looking at things like, yeah, I know I did this, or I did that, and I made sure that it happened for me. I worked on it. But you didn't work on it. Some of you guys just looked at it. You didn't try to put your 2 penny in there. And you also never tried to put your 2 penny in there in a way that you could see that it was going to work out for you and your friend. So that's it, really. All this time you've got to see that blessings are going to come to you. Nothing's going to be set in stone where you feel like bad news is there. Every year you'll see a problem solved overnight. Nothing really changing, but you warn yourself. Don't give yourself bad news. I know I'm seeing this in my mind. So that's where you got to give yourself too much revenue coming in the next week as well, because it says you've got to work harder at something to bring in that money, bring in that loot. You know, give yourself gifts, bring yourself trouble mind to get, like, you know, you got to trouble someone's mind to get what you want. You got to really work on it though. Like, you got to make sure that you're bugging them a little bit or a lot. For some of you guys that are salespeople, this is great. For some of you guys that are running people down every day, door to door, knocking doors, it's absolutely amazing. Minus the heat for some of you guys, because the country is very, very hot right now if you're in England, or even Wales, Scotland, Ireland, maybe even somewhere like Jamaica or St. Lucia, or even other places like the Ivory Coast, even America, you know, anywhere really that it's hot right now, you know, like it's 20 something degrees and above. Those energies will let you see what's going on more than usual, because anywhere that's going to be really hot right now is going to give you clarity ordained by the universe and the spirit. That's why it says only us angels want to communicate with you all, because some time ago they wanted to know that they were going to give you clarity through the stars, or even the evicted mind that you have now from a situation, which is God, because some of you guys are hiding your wrath from God, and then you're playing it cool around God too. So it's not bad that you see things in that way. Okay, but you've got to see yourself in a better way than some people anyway. So right now you can move on. Don't worry about something that's going to work out in the favor of next week, Monday energy, which is Scorpio giving you good news with their mind, or even Scorpio giving you good news with their mind and their neighbor's mind. Because you see, with Scorpio, they're ready to work on your behalf to do good things for you, but maybe not trust that you're going to do good things back in return. And then they realize they can leave it because it's a waste of time in some ways, but not always, when they're trying to protect you and give you good news with other things. But you may not want to hear it. So it's up to you, Pisces. Virgo does the same thing with you as well, but they don't always have the greatest outcome. And then there's Libra, who loves helping you to a fault, but they don't always give you good news. So it's down to you. And then it says next week you've got something coming up with a mindset of yours and someone else's, being challenged or in the roadside, trying to be challenged, and then not really. So work on it. Make sure you work on it, Pisces. Good news is there. Love and light is there. Peace is there. And everything works out for you. Okay? So with that, it says nothing set in stone. Try to warn yourself to behave. Work on your flaws. Work on your mind. Work on your dignity. See where it's going in the next week or two with things. And try to win yourself to get better sleep and more rest. So that's about it right now, really. Mind you, it says everything that's working out for you as well, Pisces, could come back to your mind in the next year. So kind of watch out for something overall. If you feel like you're spiritually gifted with something, try to win yourself on why. Don't leave it too long before hearing about it. Like, you've got to hear about the situation, but don't concern yourself with it too much until you hear about it. It says it's got to be that way just because. And also try and communicate what's going on in the next week with a friend, because they want to see you a lot. They don't know which way to go with you and your friendship. Anyway, who knows what's going to happen, because even this friend says they know they could see you being a nasty person at times, but they don't want to see that they change who they are. So that's the topic of discussion for you and family members or your friends, to go and warn yourself that there's a family member coming in, and the family member may not want to see you ever again after you spoke to them because of the harshness of the direct communication. But it says it's warning them, don't speak, because they might need to. It's like they might need to solve a problem with you though, and then get by afterwards. So that's it really. And never mind why someone wants to challenge you right now. They could come forward and speak about it to themselves anytime from now or today, but they're not going to. It says all this time, Pisces, you thought you had good luck. You've got good luck more than some, but not everybody feels like you're going to have good luck when they open up, because it says right now hiding is necessary for Virgo energy to come in to the building of yours or even anyone else's, and pray that they have good news, because they want to know they can seek attention from you or anyone to help them out of a problem, but into a situation. This is where cornucopia energy in a bad way comes in again. So warning anyone that's dealing with a Pisces that has a friend that's a Virgo, or any type of form of a Virgo that's coming into Pisces life, and it's significant energy where you can see them or know them for who they are. Warning, be careful. That's a big warning. And it says only because they're up to no good right now with silly little things that they're trying to challenge and get people dirty and get people to, own up to problems. But it says it's not worth it. Like, if you know that you're a Virgo, why are you challenging these energies for narcissistic, frivolous reasons? Like, go away. It says stop trying to pick on people that are no good to you because you feel like you want to harm someone. And it says they're ready to attack whoever's going to harm whoever. Don't come to Pisces around these people, okay? Because Pisces will join in and help them same people target whoever and be nasty to them. It says you all are being used right now, Pisces. You're being used, Pisces, for things that you don't understand, but you could understand that this person is going to use you if they can. They don't know how, but they're trying to figure it out. So that's down to you and the next thing, going on. However, it says, believe you will have stress-free in the next year, because there is something that you want to work on there. So, with that being said, Pisces, everything's going to work out more than usual. Things are going to work out in your favour on the Wednesday of next week. However, it says something's going to happen for you to work on yourself. Maybe even slimming goals for some of you that want a diet plan, or you're going to lose weight. Maybe even having blessings with your mindset about something you said you might use or take. You could use Ozempic for some of you guys. Maybe even see that you've witnessed things around the idea and have fun with it. Give yourself good news with that, because it won't be a bad idea. Maybe even seeing that you've struggled around the situation and you want to try something new. Some of you guys are going for weight loss surgery. That will be successful in June. It says it's coming up for Scorpio as well. They're going to have success with that in June. Maybe even get, right now, they don't want to talk about it, but it says they're going to get information in regards to that in June so they can have success. And it says you all might go down the right or the wrong road with them about it. But it says watch out, because yours is coming up next as well. So don't be hesitant to speak about your own, or hesitant in a way that you feel like you could be passed down a bad mood through their mind, and then don't want to speak about why, because you've got bad mindset about things or religions or people or anything really that could hinder your chances of winning or having good news, right? But it says Scorpio is ready to pass a negative stigma down to you for being nasty to them anyway, because you didn't want to trouble their mind with good news. You may not have wanted to listen directly, but hey, it says try to wonder if you've got better news than some. Because really, Pisces, you got better news than Scorpio right now in relation to your mind. Because their mind is full of tricks. And it says it's not really that you want to get involved with their trickery, but they have to use tricks to get out of situations. So if you get caught up in that, you're not going to see good news. But it's not fair to you. So try and move past it with them. And then nothing's set in stone, but you'll see many thanks to you. Personal problem come up with a child or a situation around you. So with that, all is being said and done, and everything's going to work out in the next week or two. But only when you realize what's going to happen to Pisces again with your star sign. Because it says things are changing and it's moving and it's preparing you for something bigger or larger or on a, more happier or healthy level. Like you're going onto a larger scale of things, but you can't see it yet. So you have to warn yourself, is this really happening? Am I really going through this? What's going on with me? How comes I can't hear or see everything? And then winding you down to believing that is Pisces energy again, building courage around, ooh, is it? Is it Scorpio? It says, nope, it's not Scorpio. See how quick you was to look at them though, because they're always coming up in your energy. However, it says they're not helping you with nothing this time in that way. They'll help you with other things, but not in that specific way. They're going to help you with your mindset. And see, did you see that? Something happened around your mindset with your demons or like an angel realm or some kind of thing that you don't even want to know about. It's like your mind says, no, I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to know about that. Don't talk to me about that, Scorpio. But you see, Scorpio can't help it because they're going through things. But they also want you to know that you're going to go through it in the next week or two with them or without them. And it says not really your mindset to think or believe that it's going to happen, but it's going to let you know that it's going to happen anyway. So whether you want to know it, Scorpio's going through it. Scorpio doesn't want to hear that you don't know, because their mindset says, well, you're not going to know anything more than you should because you needed to pass the buck down to me, or you want me to be your company in the situation. However, they don't want to be your company. They want to get rid of this thing, and they're trying to find ways to get rid of it. Passing it on to you is not something that they want to do, knowing that it will change their mindsets though when they realize who's got to take on this energy more than your energy at times to deal with a situation. But it says it's not going to disperse that easy through yours. It will be manipulated. So Pisces, you got to go down in your mind about things. Maybe it's even justice for those that want to see you win or good news for you. All right, but not everybody wants to see you win or have good news. So you got to get rid of this mindset. And then when you do, you realize you've got good news with your mind about things you didn't know could happen to you in the next year. Because your mind starts changing, it starts going through a frenzy, it starts going through panic attack, it starts going through all kind of different things that you could say, all right, I'm manipulating the situation to see how the outcome can give me blessings. Now, when's it going to give you blessings? Not until next year, really. November period could come and then help you out and see things that are working out for you. But not that much this year. And then it's the same with Scorpio, Virgo, Aquarius and Libra, but they're all going through bad news, trying. They want to see good news, but it's hard. Like, when am I going to get a house? When am I going to see I get a new job? When am I going to have a baby? When am I going to get a man? When am I going to get a woman? When am I going to see myself in a marriage? When am I going to see myself in love? When am I going to see myself with more time to spend with my family? When am I going to see myself on holiday? When am I going to, join that group that I wanted to join and really enjoy it? Like, so much different things they want to do. Business plans, projects, everything. Like, they don't know what to do about this universal law of attraction that's bothering people right now. And it says it's not good for you to even look at it, really. But if you do, you'll see why it's not going to challenge you to have good news overall. Now, when it does, it will change in the next week or year. But you've got to understand, this thing is bothering many people right now. And it has bothered people through an energy that is going to be in the universe with the portal, CERN, that's going to give you problems. Okay, so check out that as well. If you wanted to look into CERN energies or even the CERN reading that I've done, go and check it out, because there's a part 1, part 2 and part 3 of CERN portal, and that will give you information in regards to that situation that you're going to go through. But you may not see it directly in that reading. It might just open you up to what's going on, but you might not like it. So just warning, if you don't like it, you don't have to stay there and listen, but it's better you know things than you don't know, right? Because it says, even with this planet cursing Virgo, it plots against Virgo, it plots against Pisces, but it's really working against you and Scorpio. Then it's working against Virgo and Taurus. However, it doesn't want to work against Libra yet. It will do in the next week. However, you're going to miss the mark with them. You're not going to see a problem. You're going to see travesty, bad news, dignity, pride, ego. You're going to see many things that are going to work out in your favor, but also many things that will not work out in your favor, Pisces. You'll just have to see your witnesses are going to be there watching you, like, what the hell happened? Like, can I help you? And it says, all this time you didn't know that these people are going to be there to help you. Like, you were witnessing things around me, and then you told my mind that you were coming to help me. This is where a nice omen comes in and just troubles your head around why. You're going to get the good news that you needed. Like, there's a witness here to protect you from a problem. Like, you've got someone that's helping you with this. It's not going to let people just target you for no reason. You're going to see that better news will come, and it will target you to have better news over and over and over again until you trouble yourself out of the problem. Then you see that 1 week later after that, you've got better news with your friends than you did in a long time, because you were seen as an enemy for a while. Even in your jobs, even in your marriages, even in your frenemy energies, where you feel like, all right, they're just going to turn into enemies. We're no longer nice and nasty at the same time. We're no longer like smiling and skinning our teeth to each other, or like, grinning at each other like, hee hee, treasure cats, and lying to each other in each other's faces, because we're not being direct and honest about the facts that we don't like each other in some ways. And then there's times where we like each other, but there's also things that we would look at and be two-faced. Like, you lot would act like that sometimes. And it says it's not healthy. It's not a healthy relationship to have, even when you're like that. It doesn't prosper in anything good. It doesn't have your back really either. And it doesn't really mean anything other than a frivolous relationship that's there that you can say, oh yeah, I know that person. Really, you know them for what? Just to say hee hee, ha ha. Like, and then laugh and walk around like you have to chat about them behind their backs. You have to make fun of them. They have to make fun of you. Like, it's just something to do, something to gossip about. So it's not worth it. Like, even God knows you shouldn't be doing that. It's just not worth it. It brings out bad omens. It also brings out bad stigmas. It brings out bad reasons to believe you need to be there in your mind about it. Like, you could hear your pastor saying these things to you as well if you go to church. Some of you guys are going to believe your pastor's there telling you about this no good friend, or this no good attitude that you have or someone else has, or a no good problem that doesn't need to be there. It's diluting its minor around the situation, but you don't need to hear these people are there in your life. And then you see, when you go down the wrong road, you will see that things will change for you sometimes, but not all the time. It just stays there, it remains. And then that's where you get into problems, where things just, they circle around you. It's just a remaining energy that you're looking for, but it doesn't happen in a peaceful way. There's no peaceful resolution in that way. There's no peaceful prosper. There's no peace for anything. There's no peace to bring you a mindset of good news, to build wealth or love or, you know, be charitable. Nothing. It just brings you down. Then you can realize after a while, the more you've been living in the way that you want to, you're going to punish yourself again. So just try and hold yourself. Because Pisces, it's on. All that you want to do, all that you want to achieve, all that you want to see, all that you want to bring to the table, it's on. You just got to make it happen with your witnesses that are going to help you out of ruts, problems, issues, and also people that are going to just stand by and watch. Like, yeah, I know that Pisces. I know they were there. They were here. They were doing that. They were misleading me. They were troubling me. That person was over there. Like, I know that person. Yeah. That person there, Pisces. But you see, when it does happen like that, is it worth it? Just remember that, Pisces. Is it worth it? Because it may not be. Okay? So don't trouble yourself too much around the situation. So there you have it. So I'll leave it there for now, Pisces, and I will speak to you in your next reading. Ciao for now. Bye.